It is one of the most terrifying planets in the solar system. If you were thrown into it, you would first be frozen into an ice sculpture, then instantly torn apart by the winds, and finally crushed into something thinner than paper. The whole process takes less than 10 seconds. Even the toughest bacteria cannot survive here, not just because of the bone-chilling 218 degrees Celsius temperature, but also the extreme storms reaching 2,000 kilometers per hour, 9 times faster than the strongest typhoons on Earth, and the crushing pressure 1,000,000 times stronger than Earth's. Anything that enters this world will be completely destroyed. This is Neptune, the planet with the fastest winds in the solar system. But there is a massive mystery here. Neptune is 4.5 billion kilometers away from the Sun, receiving only 1/1,000 of the sunlight that Earth does. Logically, it should be a silent, frozen, dead world. But in reality, it is the most violent place in the solar system. Scientists have measured that Neptune emits 2.6 times more energy than it receives from the Sunday. Where does this extra energy come from? It remains an unsolved mystery. When Voyager 2 visited in 1989, it also discovered that Neptune's magnetic field is tilted 47 degrees from its rotational axis. Such an extreme tilt is extremely rare in the solar system. Scientists speculate that Neptune may have a special internal convection layer that produces heat or that radioactive decay. Gravitational contraction or other unknown physical mechanisms are involved. Today, we will explore why this most distant planet from Earth is so strange and unpredictable, and why its very discovery was full of dramatic twists. He was the only planet in the solar system that was calculated before it was actually seen. It became the first planet predicted on paper before being observed. In 1846, the French mathematician Leverrier was studying Uranus's orbit when he noticed that its motion constantly deviated from theoretical predictions. He boldly proposed that an invisible celestial body must be disturbing Uranus's trajectory. Relying solely on pen and paper calculations, Leverrier pinpointed the exact position of this unseen object with an error of less than 1 degree. After receiving his prediction, Gaillet at the Berlin Observatory aimed his telescope at those coordinates that very night and indeed discovered a new planet. The discovery shocked the entire scientific community, and it became known as the planet calculated at the tip of a pen. To reveal Neptune's true nature, the United States launched the Voyager 2 probe in 1977. The probe traveled at 15.3 kilometers per second, flying alone through space for 12 whole years, and finally reached Neptune on the 25th of August 1989. If you traveled to Neptune on a commercial aircraft without eating, drinking, or sleeping, you would need to fly non-stop for 570 years to get there. The first photos sent back by Voyager 2 shocked everyone. Neptune appeared in a deep, striking blue with a massive, dark storm, larger than Earth, swirling on its surface. Scientists named it the Great Dark Spot. But the strangest part came later. In 1994, when the Hubble Space Telescope observed Neptune again, it found that the gigantic dark spot had vanished, disappearing without a trace. At the same time, in another region of Neptune, a brand new storm appeared. It would be like a typhoon appearing in the Pacific Ocean, suddenly growing larger than all of Asia, only to mysteriously vanish a few years later, and then another one popping up in the Atlantic. Scientists still cannot fully explain how these superstorms form, why they suddenly disappear, or why they reappear elsewhere. Neptune's sense of time is equally astonishing. It takes only 16 hours to complete one rotation, faster than Earth, but it needs 165 years to orbit the Sun once. This means that from the moment humans discovered it in 1846, it didn't complete its first full orbit until the year 2011. If you were born on Neptune, by the time you celebrated your first birthday, 6 generations on Earth would have already passed. Beyond its extraordinary timescale, the state of matter inside Neptune is equally mind-bending. Even more astonishing is that Neptune may hide a massive diamond factory within it. Recent laboratory experiments have confirmed that methane in Neptune's atmosphere breaks down into carbon and hydrogen under extreme heat and pressure. The carbon atoms, crushed by immense forces, crystallize into diamonds, which fall like raindrops, constantly sinking toward the core. Scientists speculate that deep inside Neptune, there may be a never-ending storm of diamond rain. After billions of years of accumulation, a thick layer of diamonds may have already formed around the core. Scientists have calculated that if all these diamonds were mined, every person on Earth could receive several tons. But don't even think about mining Neptune's diamonds, because Neptune doesn't have a solid surface for you to land on. It is an ice giant, different from gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn. Its interior is filled with water, ammonia, and methane, forming exotic liquids under high temperature and pressure. If you truly jumped into Neptune, you would find yourself falling endlessly as the surrounding gas grows denser and denser. The pressure increases and the temperature rises. Eventually, you would be flattened to the thickness of a sheet of paper, and then, under thousands of degrees of heat, you would decompose into fundamental particles, completely vanishing deep within the planet. Neptune has 14 known moons, the largest of which is Triton. It has a diameter of 2,700 kilometers, larger than Pluto. But Triton's orbit is very unusual. It is retrograde, meaning it revolves around Neptune in the opposite direction to the planet's rotation. Among the large moons in the solar system, Triton is the only one with a retrograde orbit, indicating that it is not an original satellite of Neptune, but was later captured by Neptune's gravity from the Kuiper Belt. Even more surprising, Triton is slowly moving closer to Neptune at a rate of 3.8 centimeters per year. In roughly 3.6 billion years, tidal forces will tear it apart, forming a beautiful ring system. Perhaps the most puzzling feature of Neptune is its tilted magnetic field. Normally, a planet's magnetic field is roughly aligned with its rotation axis. For example, although Earth's magnetic North Pole drifts, it still remains near the geographic North Pole. But Neptune's magnetic axis is tilted 47 degrees from its rotation axis, and the center of the magnetic field is offset from the planet's center by 55% of its radius. It's like Earth's magnetic North Pole being in the Indian Ocean, and the South Pole ending up over North America, confusing to say the least. Scientists speculate that Neptune's interior may contain several independent convection layers, each generating its own magnetic field, which combine to form this complex magnetic structure. From 1989 until now, Voyager 2 remains the only human spacecraft to have visited Neptune up close. It only made a brief flyby, taking thousands of photos, before continuing toward the edge of the solar system, never to return. NASA and the European Space Agency have already planned new missions to Neptune, aiming to launch dedicated orbiters in the 2032 for long-term observation of this ice giant. Whether the diamond rain really exists, why the storms vanish, and what secrets lie inside Neptune may soon be revealed.